and asked for assistance. What did he send us? A faith-based director and an EFM. Now they bypassed their own system. They were supposed to send us in a recovery team to come into Benton Harbor, go over our books, tell us where we were short, give us the assistance so we could correct it before they did anything. They never did that. Look around, they did it to Three Oaks and other areas, but they didn't do it to Benton Harbor. Because Benton Harbor, they want the resources and they want to displace our citizens. We were first in this state for them to usurp the authority of the elected officials. Nowhere else had they done that until recently. But Benton Harbor is the key again. They want what we have, but they don't want you, and you. They want you out. This is prime real estate. This place is going to become a playground for the rich and the famous. If we're not careful, they will displace us all. But again, it's up to you, and all the elected officials to keep you informed, to help move you forward, so that we the people, that's what it's all about. Not just about your elected officials, because we represent you. Our power won't exist as long as you give us that authority and give us that power. But we the people, and that's what the Constitution states. Enough about that, because we'll get into some of the other issues that we have going on. Public Act 4, welfare reform, the home assistance heating bill that the governor's wiped out, taxing senior citizens, pensions. All of these things we have to look at, ladies and gentlemen, and we have to be knowledgeable. People who have knowledge are dangerous. You get the information, you are dangerous. They don't want you to have a certain amount of information. They'll feed you. One other point. I find that it's very, very strange. With all the issues and all the problems that we have, we, public, don't know anything about some of the issues. You didn't know it. Some of us didn't know. We wouldn't have known if Benton Harbor was not part of the organization in this state that's fighting an injustice for all cities in this state. When we read about it, what do? You read about it in the Herald Leader. You have state representatives, state senator, they don't come and give us the information. They don't come before us and address us and tell us what we should do and what the issues are. And I tell you this, we will never get that information until we have someone who looks like you and I sitting on one of those commissions. And that's something you have to think about. Politics is not everything. It is the only thing. Politics determine who lives and who dies. We want welfare reform. Politics does that. When you're born, you need a birth certificate. And when you die, you need a death certificate. And in between, you need a social security number, you need a driver's license, you need license for everything. That's political, ladies and gentlemen. They want to know that you're alive so they can track you, pay those taxes, do other things. So we got to be cognizant of politics. It's everything. And we as the people have to learn that politics is it. Once we learn that, once we vote as a block, as a group, there's nothing new we can't achieve. Martin Luther King Jr. proved that. Now we have to build on what he died for, and if we move forward, we'll be successful. And thank you. Now we'll bring up the master of ceremony, the Mayor Pro Tem, Mr. Marcus Muhammad.
All right. This Sunday, let's give our mayor another round of applause. This Sunday, October 16th, marks not only the 16th anniversary of the Million Man March, but this is also the date that the Martin Luther King, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., his memorial will be the dedication of it. And it's so hypocritical to me for people to say they admire and love Dr. King, but spit on what he fought and ultimately died for. In 1963, in fact, they threw him at the end of the program and told him, all you have is 5 minutes to speak. Because at that time, he was a young gun coming up and was depicted as a rabble-rouser, a little radical. But when he gave us his dream, what started out as 5 minutes turned into 19 minutes. Because it was the people who said we don't want to hear this wishy-washy stuff.
That's right.
He said he came to dramatize the condition. Boy, I wish somebody was listening. And he talked about a check.
That's right. Say it.
That he said, and I'm paraphrasing, was rubber. That it bounced. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir. All right. All right.
He said that the check bounced and that it read insufficient funds.
That's right. Say it.
And when a check bounces, that's criminal. Is that right?
Say something. Go ahead.
So who wants to stand up for Dr. King? When I talked to Reverend Jackson, and he heard that the democratic process had been scrapped in Big Harbor, he said, Brother Marcus, this reminds me of the exact same thing that happened in Selma, Alabama.
That's right.
And he said if we didn't allow Governor Wilce to get away with it, then we're surely not going to allow for Governor Snyder to have a hit and run and leave the scene. So I have a few documents, and our Rainbow Push director of the state of Michigan will be here. He's on the road. We know it's a little slick out there, but there's some slick things happening in Benton Harbor. I want to read because the Public Act 4 is like a termite to democracy. Where a termite, his work is not done on top of the wood.
Say it. Say it.
The termite goes down under the wood where you don't see it. Until you see the tree dying. And then all of a sudden the leaves start dying, then you kick it up, and then you see the worms. All right. So Public Act 4 started out as Public Act 72.
That's right. That's it.
And I'm going to read from the governor's office. It reads, the conclusion of the state of Michigan Financial Review Team states that in accordance with Section 14.3 of Public Act 72 of 1990, the Local Government Fiscal Responsibility Act, that a local government financial emergency exists within the city because no satisfactory plan exists to resolve a serious financial problem, and recommends the appointment of an emergency financial manager. So the issue started out financial. That was the pretext.
That's right.
But anytime you have greedy, crooked deceivers,
Say it.
they don't come in a bad name. They come in a good name.
That's right. Whirlpool.
That we're coming to help you fix the finances.
That's right. That's right.
While the real agenda is in the back pocket.
That's right. Say it. Say it, Marcus. Say it, Marcus.
So if you study the Herald Palladium, and we thank you for being here today, as well as WSJM. They talked about the sweeping powers to hire and fire and nullify and nix contracts under Public Act 72. So if that was the case, then why was there need for Public Act 4?
That's right.
That's right.
Say it.
You know, it's like in football, they have what you call the play action fake. Where the quarterback fakes it to the halfback.
That's right. Say it.
Who's running up the middle.
Yeah.
While he's rolling out to throw a long touchdown pass to the receiver going down the field.
That's it.
That's how the legislation was. So he worked under Public Act 72 of 1990 for a short while. I won't get into why they came in, when they came in. But as in Iraq, they used weapons of mass destruction as a pretext to come in to get the oil.
That's right.
And then once they got there, they found out, oh, no weapons of mass destruction, but we gotta stay here.
That's right.
But they ran into insurgents, and they're still there to this day. And they ran into insurgents when they came to Benton Harbor. Now, I'm gonna get to some logistics.
All right.
Now you talking.
State Representative Al Pashot, who came in as a freshman senator, state representative. But prior to his election, the Benton Harbor City Council made some moves that was not favorable. The first move, we didn't accept the house from Cornerstone Alliance that they could not sell.
That's right.
So the Herald Palladium ran an article, Cornerstone in the crosshairs. Then the city council came and took support for the Harbor Shores project because we needed to sit down to find out how are the residents, how are the people, how are the local businesses going to benefit from this development. And as I told one developer a few years back, Jesus was a developer.
All right.
He was a carpenter, right? Okay. I just wanted to know that I have a witness up in here. Getting kind of quiet on me. He was a developer. And the poor heard him how? Gladly. Why? Because they could see themselves factor into the development that Jesus was bringing.